What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today is the day where we're actually going to be premiering once again because, hey, if I do this live, there's a big chance that this video is going to be taken down and we don't want to have that problem. You know, like, why would I make videos if all of a sudden they get blocked? It doesn't make any sense. And this seems like the perfect gray zone where I can interact with you while also still review the video with you guys. So, of course, I saw it now a little bit in advance because, hey, I need to upload this. But today we're going to be looking at the behind the scenes of Hanri Young. So basically the video that was made by Shindong, ATEEZ, and many other members, which I think is fascinating. I love the concept behind it, and I also really enjoyed that MV. So before we even go into this behind the scenes, let's quickly say why I like this video. The video is just a bit of a masterpiece. You can see whoever took this video and made it is a person who really wanted to make sure that he hits everything correctly in the bullseye. In other words, he really wanted to make sure that everything is correct. And it's one of those smaller productions where you understand, okay, this person really understood. I want to have it as good as possible. You can see those small little fine details, which is always just amazing. And you know, we don't have to see all the fine details, like that is totally okay, but again, it's nice to see this because you can see that this was not a rush production. It was something that was done with passion, and you don't see that too often, sadly, in a lot of K-pop videos because these are mass produced in the sense of, you know, it's one after the other done by the companies, and they don't have time to worry about the feelings of any of the other members. You know, it's just bang 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 bang. While with this one, you can see there's a little bit of love gone into it, which is always nice. I would just say let's go into the video and watch it. And of course, guys, I just want to say that I am really happy that you guys are enjoying these videos. Like always, we are going to be pausing once in a while so I can analyze what is actually happening, things I like, things that confuse me, things, whatever I feel, I'm just going to pause and talk about it because that is how we are. I mean, it's crazy if I don't do that because, hey, that's not me. I don't want to go, that's awesome, and do nothing with it. Let's start. And like always as well, this is going to be unedited so that you guys can actually see my real live reaction. Let's pretend this is live and let's just jump right into it. Before we even continue, I just want to say, even the song is pretty freaking cool. I did a little bit more research into it, and you have to remember that this video is basically a creation between people that are in the industry a little bit longer and the people who just joined in. For example, we're professionals. For example, Shindong is there since Super Junior, since I think 2010-ish. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But one thing that I know as well, that also ATEEZ is there. And from the making of this video, ATEEZ has only been 2 years in the industry. I like ATEEZ. I think their videos are always top notch. Now, I'm not sure if this video motivated them to always do better and better and better. But for some reason, they seem like they always have the perfect crew. Like, even though I'm a big fan of many other groups and their music, it doesn't seem they get always the same care. For example, like ATEEZ. Maybe Shindong is a positive influence, you know? Shindong! Hello. Why is the subtitles so gray? It's really hard to read them. Who designed them? I know it's YouTube doing it, but it's such a weird color. Really cool. Like, even just them talking about what they're thinking about is good and what is not good for the MV. I like the idea that they're bringing up a tracksuit with the traditional clothes because you're getting this nice hybrid between old school and new school. Beautiful. And it also fits the tone of the music. I think these meetings have a really good concept of style and ambition, which is always nice to learn from. Hold up, I actually want to see the costumes there for a second again. I like the costumes a lot. I love this mix between, here you can actually see it, the classic, new school. I think underneath there's also tracksuit. Really nice. Holy crap, this is a lion. Okay, now I know what it is. I thought it was like a ghost or something that eats you at night. Not really sure what it was, but now I know it's actually a lion.
사람들이 좀 있었으면 좋겠는데.
나는 저거 4명 필요한데 딱 4명.
감아줄 사람?
응. 그리고 나 하나 있는데. 많이 힘들어했어. 선배가 도망가.
Like, it's just great to even see how they are enjoying this. I do not see too many meetings where they really just talk about stupid things and they're happy about it. Like, I've not been in anything where it's so chill. But the one thing that I learned in one of the companies is where I used to work is that even with stupid ideas, you can make really creative ideas. Like, even though he's fooling around with his chair and he needs 4 people to carry it, like in his head, he's a little bit serious as well. I don't know if this was in the MV, like I don't remember it directly, but still, the idea of just talking about it, you know, you can really get some good inspiration going.
영지.
도망갔어. 에스파 탁 튀운.
에스파. 오케이 좋다. 잘해봅시다.
That's the quickest meeting I have ever seen when it comes to making a video. Of course, this is like only for, you know, getting a rough idea going, but I can imagine as well that this was actually a very first idea on something they just wanted to talk about. And it's not done the most serious, but it's still just to get ideas going. Oh God, I don't know who did the colors here, but for me, it's really hard to read. I don't know if you guys can actually read this, but for me, it seems like it's overlaid and I can only see like, it's transparent, the text. Really frustrating. Damn, look at that equipment. The equipment is here. That's a Black Magic Pocket, I think. Ronin 2 Pro, if not mistaken. Really amazing. To be honest, you know what I like about this this picture here is that you can clearly see that you don't always need the most high-end equipment. I mean, what we're seeing here is a Sony, most likely this was the A7 III back then, because we also got one, and a Zeiss lens. I like that. I really think it's still cool that you can see that you can get high-end production value out of a video, even by just using not the most professional gear. You know, you don't need to use a Red Epic or an RE cinema camera, which by itself already costs by rent like a couple of thousand per day. These things are quite affordable. We use them in our inventory. You get amazing shots with it. And also, like I say, I really enjoy these kind of videos much more because it shows that you can do this by yourself as long as you have the right equipment. And like many professionals say, the best camera that you can use on set is the one that you have with you. So if you don't have a professional camera or you don't have the budget for it, get what you can and still continue. Because if you're demotivating yourself, to always think, I need the best, you're getting nowhere at the end. You're just waiting, hoping that you'll get it one day as cinema camera. But they put off an amazing video with this. Like, think about that. The Eastern Europeans have entered the chat. No, I'm just joking. He looks so tall, though. Really, really nice. Of course, you can see that these are all pictures that they took from the set, and normally you should design them a little bit, draw them out a little bit, like scene 1, draw out what you want, and that is more or less what you can do. I'm a bad drawer, so I barely do this. I have the idea in my head, but I like it as well. You know, I think this is a very clever way of working always in a production. Man, the sun is bright. You can see that they're filming this around, at least I would presume, especially when I look at the trees and everything. So this is filmed most likely in October, November, December, January, and most likely a little bit beforehand because this was uploaded on December 26th. But you can see that during these months, the sun is really, really low, and you basically get this very bright lights, as you can see here. This is terrible to shoot in, and you can also see, let's go back a little bit. Where we saw the equipment. I had it. God damn it. I had it. There we go. You can also see that they're using this ND filter on the front to block out that sunlight. And basically what this ND filter does, it's basically like sunglasses for your camera. It really helps a lot on the production. Oh, let's go back a bit. I think I missed it. Okay, so we're in the scene. Okay. Because he started complaining, like, can you come out quicker? Let's have a look. Kind of cool as well. You can see here they actually have a prop list like hand fan, umbrella, glasses. Like those are things and elements that are unique to this character. His props. The umbrella is super sexy, by the way.
까만 게 낫나?
I wonder if it's actually practical.
자, 연습 한번 갈게요. 자, 음악. 좀만 더 빨리 내야 돼.
Wow, it's so bright. Like, to film in this is actually really good as long as you, it's better to have more light than less because you can always add an ND filter. But this is really tough for people to look at because what happens is, people go like this. The actors go like this because when the sun goes in your eyes, it's just frustrating.
좀만 더 빨리 내야 될 것 같은데? 그 전박자에서 내려와서 여기서 이렇게 부르는 그런 느낌 하나. 자, 가볼게요. 자, 본 촬영입니다. 하나, 둘, 음악. 너무 멋있는데?
I like it. Really cool.
오케이.
Really just love it that they're using a simple camera that I have as well. Awesome. Makes me happy. It shows that theoretically I can also pull off these shots if I wanted to. And I most likely can as long as I have as much as time to prepare as many of the elements that I need. Again, this is a lot of time that goes into just making these little cuts, It takes a lot of time for pre-planning.
자, 다음 앵글 갈게요.
그지? 어제 나 이래서 신감독이 좋아.
컷하면 쉬셔도 돼요, 여러분. 제 조기하는 거. 우와.
Where did the cat come from?
저 멋있다, 쟤. 자, 고양이 일로 와.
고양아 가자.
자,
추루라도
잠시
챙겨주자.
캐나.
A random person just came in. Wait, did they have that in the teaser for real? Like, I never watched the teaser, but
멋있다, 쟤.
really, they put him into the teaser? That is so random, but cool.
자, 고양이 일로 와.
고양아 가자.
자,
추루라도
잠시 캐나
챙겨주자.
사다 줘.
오.
아, 좋아.
뭐야?
컷.
희철이 형.
I really like the outfits. I like the style.
안녕.
멋있게 입었다. 형, 멋있는데요?
아 여기 이제 또 입을 거야.
아, 오케이, 좋다.
여기 딘딘 들어 있어?
딘딘 아니야. 그냥 딘딘 아니셔. 인사해야 돼. 자, 마지막 한 컷이요. 요거 찍고 병훈이
I saw the lion or the ghost, whatever you want to call it. I saw it move. Is there someone in there or not?
걸로 옮길게요. 형, 이번에는 그냥
It looks a little bit alive, which is nice.
타자 일어날까요, 이제?
But here it looks... Oh, yeah.
일어나서
Yeah, there are people in it. Okay.
똥 싸. 자, 카메라 연주해 주시면 돼요. 시작. 이쁘다, 형. 타이트하게 한번 갈게. 오케이, 그 정도 사이즈 좋은 것 같아.
Let's actually go back to what he said there. I think it's very interesting.
타이트.
Let's go tight in the scene. And what it means with tight, he wants to focus as much as possible on, the action, what's happening, aka having as little as much surroundings and really focus on the choreography, on the dancing, on the singing, really punch into the action. Tighter, untight. I think it makes sense by itself. Let's not take this out of context, but you get what I mean.
그 정도 사이즈 좋은 것 같아.
Are they using Field World? One sec. I like looking at the equipment.
타이트하게 한번 갈게. 오케이, 그
Like, literally, the equipment they use here is really just okay. And you can see whoever got this monitor, they're very much like me. Because what I do, I also leave these stickers on there because it's basically the foil that you have on the display when you buy it and you normally should take it off. But I also just leave it on there because it protects your monitor. I also have a system from Field World. They're fantastic. They really are just great monitors,
정도 사이즈 좋은 것 같아.
especially for the money.
오케이, 넘어갈게요.
You can actually see how much is done in post. It looks fantastic.
나 끝났어.
끝났어?
형님. 오.
이거
I like that he's wearing the Super Junior jacket, by the way.
뭐야 역전이야.
이거 직접
나 저것도 있어. 마패도 있어.
오.
아 근데 내가 이거 주변에 사람들한테 노래를 들려줬는데 나는 좀 다 그냥.
Are you guys enjoying it so far? I'm really enjoying the behind the scenes here because it shows that
반응들이?
at the end of the day, you can have a great production as long as you have a good idea behind it.
이 정도면? 여기서 자네 그거지?
네. 가마 이거구나.
람보르 가마.
I like these scenes as well. Really, really cool. Wait. Oh, this is the thing with the 4 people. Okay.
이게 뻑뻑해.
안 되겠다. 고개 확 내밀어 주세요, 형님. 오케이, 컷. 형님 이제 형
You can hear them when they whisper, and I think they do this in a lot of MVs. Like, they listen to the music, and instead of just singing it, they... You know, because it's why should they sing? But then again, I still think if you sing, it actually feels a little bit more organic. You can clearly see when people really sing on set and when people don't.
나오는 씬 찍으시면 돼요.
꽃가마타 집으로 가는 길이야.
형 리허설 한번 해볼게요.
좋았어.
움직임이 지금 너무 많아서 오히려
아, 많아.
예, 형이 비트를
I love it. I love Shindong that he's actually going in there and saying, yeah, let's change this around, let's change that around. I think this is really clever. This is all that the director has to do of the video. All he has to do is be there. Theoretically, he should not hold the camera or do anything else. He just needs to look. And in fact, I like it as well. Even though I like being behind the camera, I love it a lot because you don't find a lot of people that know how to deal with cameras. Like, they're quite technical and they don't get a feel for it. Like, to film, you really need to get a feel on how to hold a camera. But what I want to say is that it's very comforting when there's someone else there as well paying attention to things that I do not see. And for example, I was on a production once and a friend of mine joined. I invited him for the fun of it. It was an interesting project and he was like, yeah, I'll join in. And he saw things that I just didn't see. And I always just noticed the more eyes that are on set, the better sometimes. And the director, it's all about the eyes and seeing, is it correct, is it not correct?
안 타는 게 더 좋은 것 같아. 그냥 차라리 양반 사람처럼 탁 나와서
That's a very small box, by the way. Just want to point it out.
갔다 왔다 갔다 계속
아,
하시거든요.
몸이 가.
자, 가볼게요.
Super cool.
오케이. 이쁜데?
아, 밋밋한데.
Yeah, I think they were going to redo it.
감독님 밋밋하지 않아? 나?
더 안 움직여주세요. 이 천 앞으로 와주시겠어요?
Oh, they will actually have the camera. So I think they're using an... Okay, they are using cinema gear. But the point is just still... You can still make good videos even with a Sony a7 III. It seems like they're mixing it up between cinema gear and a DSLR.
그냥 카메라만 노려보시고 이쁘게.
이게 상관없어. 머리
한 발만 앞으로 나오셔야 돼. 오케이.
이게 약간 정정진한 거 같아.
I feel like I need to sneeze.
자, 카메라. 좀만 더 가만히 서 계셔 볼게요.
No excitement. Stay calm. Really good as well. You know, like I said, that's all you have to do. Also, let's talk a little bit more about what we see here. Again, this is just a reflector to help with the sunlight a little bit, and that's all it does. It can also be a diffuser. It's hard to say because I think the sun is coming from up here in this area. So, not really sure what this is doing. I don't think it's doing anything, to be honest.
거기.
Unless it's now on the other side of him and it's becoming a bit of a reflector so you don't have these hard shadows here, because it does look like there's some light coming from here as well.
형님 입싱크 안 하셔도 돼요. 형님 가만히 서 계셔 볼게요. 폼 잡고.
가만히?
네. 형님 카메라 보시고 가만히 서 있는 거예요.
Actually, this is a very nice behind the scenes. You can actually see this is how a director is on set. Screaming, screaming, screaming. But he's not screaming. He's just telling them, like, do this, do a little bit less of that, do more of that. It really helps with just organizing everything. And when you go on sets multiple times, it's actually something you just get used to. And you just learn how to listen, you know. It's all about following his steps. He is the owner of the project, and it's his creative mind, you know, that you pay for to be there. Really nice shot. Wow.
자, 넘어갈게요.
You can see on his paper as well.
딘디는
Cool shots.
딘디 봤어요?
Cool shots.
지도 온다고 그러더니
어우 씨. 야, 이거 포승줄 아니야?
Baby.
비디오 찍으러 왔어요.
I really like her voice, by the way, in the music video. It looks and sounds fantastic. Like, it gives it such an flamboyance to the entire video and to the entire sound design, which is amazing because it's a lot of men and then her softness comes in.
어때? 여기 있는 거랑 거기 있는 거랑 뭐가 나을 것 같아?
둘러싸인 게 좀 예뻐요.
비비 광팬이라. 비비야.
네?
감독님 너 완전 팬이래.
I actually want to look at the equipment for a second again.
여기 있는 거랑 뭐가 다를 것 같아?
One sec. The reason why I want to look at it is because it actually should also have like a focusing system. It's called Raven Eye, if not mistaken, with LiDAR, but it doesn't have it. So they're all doing manual focus most likely. Or because the A7 III is quite good at autofocus, it might be in focus mode, but then again, they have this thing here where I think they're actually doing manual focus. What do you guys think? I think manual. Because the shots are really clean.
감독님 너 완전 팬이래. 그래서 막 비비씨 좋아요. 오 좋아요. 좋아요. 여기 보세요. 이런 거 아니야 갑자기? 본인이 갖고 가려고?
주로 찍으시는 거.
이쪽이.
와 감독님 나한테는 이런 얘기 안 해놓고서.
음악!
Look how beautiful these shots look. Let's actually go back there for a second. I want to look at the monitor, even though the monitor doesn't give any information, but you can see that they are working on a 17:9 ratio. Just because it's a little bit squished in, you can see it's a little bit longer. It looks good. It's very cinematic. I like it as well. And it just looks fine. She's pretty. Isn't she pretty? So sensual. Ooh. You can see that she owns her part. It looks fantastic. Another thing I really like is that you can see them filming and then you can see the rough, basically what they film, and then they still add all what they did in post afterwards again. So basically, let's go back again. This is the rough shot, and then after all the editing, it looks like this. It looks beautiful. That's all I have to say. Color grade is no shit. You really need to understand how to do it and be proud of what you're doing, because at the end of the day, there are many directions you can go to. You can make something more blue. You can make it more warm, more whatever you want to do. But to stick to it is always the hardest. And I wonder how you come up with the concept of color grading.
오 신감독님, 오 좋은데요?
Oh, there we can actually see again. Let's go back. So here you actually have the reflector. The sun is going in this direction. You can see the shadows here on the floor, but you can see that here basically is this bounce card for the light to bounce back on her. Again, it's just about filling up those shadows a little bit, because if you don't, her face is just going to be a very contrasting, bright, dark. You don't want that. I should actually buy one as well. It might actually be quite beneficial.
너 혼자 뭐야?
Hold up. I wasn't supposed to see that. Before we watch it again, I want to see what camera are they actually using here. Okay, they're using the Sony A7S III, I would presume. Beautiful. Beautiful shots.
아, 오케이.
Really good.
아니야, 카메라 말고 너가 귓속말할 때 좀 이렇게. 고개
There you can see the bounce card. Actually, this is where you can see it quite well. You can see the sun now it's a bit cloudy outside. Like, this is okay. I like filming in clouds a little bit more because the sun is just going through a filter already, aka it spreads nice and equally nicely. It's a little bit softer, but still the bounce card is there just to fill up those shadows here on the side. Oh, this is the god scene. So actually, this is not even a bounce guard. They're going to do this because they need to mask him out later so he looks like the god.
오케이, 가자. 단체.
This part. Nice. Really, really nice.
자, 이 부분이에요. 딘딘 비비 히 두두 앞뒤 똑같은 우리를 보고.
Maybe here we're going to find out what they threw there as a box because they blurred it out for no reason.
너 그냥 서 있는 거.
아 그래?
감독님 근데 이거 수근이 형한테 허락.
But they're also using it as a bounce card. How cool, you can buy these things that are multi-purpose. One moment it's a bounce card, then it's a key card. Awesome.
그런가?
아니요.
사진 너무. 비트 PPL 받았어? 비트 PPL 받았어? PPL 야 이걸로 받아.
Oh, there it actually is. Is it a detergent?
근데 이거 너무 세.
Literally, it's just a detergent.
선배가 얘기한 펀치라인. 형 아니 어이 작곡가의 비트함 줘봐라 그러지 않나?
그럼 너가 주는
How weird though, they had to blur that out in the MV.
비트함 줘봐 때가 쏙 빠지게
See, they blurred it out. Why? I don't get it. Did they make fun out of it? I don't understand the lyrics, but maybe someone can explain.
오케이. 사이즈 바꿔서 갈게요. 높여서.
I don't understand the reference of the picture. I do think it's funny though.
겨우나 이거 우주힙쟁이 한량하고 피처링 비비.
아니면 거기에 비비 딘딘만 적혀.
딘딘이 왜 넣어? 딘딘은 들어가지. 딘딘 넣어야 돼. 아 필요 없어. 너무 길어 보여.
저기 땡스테이 넣어줄게.
그거 원래 다 넣어.
저도 안 넣어주셔도 돼요.
아니 넌 넣어야지. 피처링 비비 넣어야지. 넌 피하고 싶은 거 아니야 지금? 야 창피하냐 우리가?
그래야 우리 퀄리티 올라가.
자, 우리 딘딘 비비 타이트 갈게요.
Really nice. I love the atmosphere of this video. There's something about it that I always wish that, let me say it like this. Working on productions, to get a team together is really, really hard. You just don't always get one. And I think this is also just a very big challenge, just to get people together. You know, you need people who are specialized in all different things, and it costs money. No one is going to do anything for a daily basis for free. And the one thing that I also notice is just the budgets that people come with you sometimes are just ridiculous, like useless. Literally useless. I remember sometimes I would get a request. I think they're super funny. They're like, hey, we're going to work on a music video. They have this amazing concept build up. Like they put a lot of thought into it. And for 8 hours of work, they wanted to pay me €300 and get an assistant, bring all my equipment. And I told them, look, I can be there for €300, but I'm doing nothing. Like, I would literally be there to assist you, you know, but I'm not going to bring my camera, an assistant, all these things to make your video, because it's not the value of the equipment. You always have to think about it as well. Like, if you bring all these people, you bring all this equipment, if something happens and someone gets sick or the camera breaks, you need to find replacements, and that's the more expensive. Like, that is what you always need to pay for and include in your pricing.
아니야, 딘딘 안 갔어. 다시 가야 돼.
나 좀 가줘.
딘딘 집에 갈게요.
This do, I think it's just so funny.
자, 다음 씬 갈게요. 요거. 알량눈이 보이네.
But it's cool that you can also see that there's a bit of a copybook there that says, wow, the scene should look like a little bit. Of course, we're not looking at them directly because they could just be scribbles, but the point is they really have this as reference. It really makes sense. Also makes it much easier to work with.
메인캠이 어디예요?
메인캠 요겁니다.
우주힙쟁이 메인캠 어디예요?
아니 왜 자꾸 메인캠 찾아요?
알겠지.
자, 갈게요.
우리가 더 돋보이려고 옆에서 막 이거 하니까.
그러니까 형이 갑자기 안 하다가
살려주는 거야
이거
형.
하는 거야.
형 나는 내가
형 그냥 형 느낌만 믿을게요 그러면.
탁 치면 형이 나를 보고 같이
Ooh, let's go back to for a second. I think you guys might be interested in it. So you can see they actually have two monitors here. Can you guys see it? Like there's one over here and another one over there. Just believe me for my words of it. But you can see that one is literally filming most likely in RAW or D-Log or D-Log2 or anything where it's just unprocessed. There is no color to it or anything. While the second monitor here is basically looking at the same footage, but there is already a filter applied to it and LUT. So maybe the second one is really just to give a bit of a look to it, you know, to see how do the colors look like once we start editing. I've never seen this before in my life, but it's still interesting as well to see it actually for once because, you know, my camera can do the same. It can film, for example, in D-Log or in RAW or, you know, without any filters applied. It looks quite dull. But you can also just export the HDMI feed to already apply a LUT, basically a color overlay to it just so that it looks a little bit more pleasant, you know, for what you see, it's just a little bit more of a realistic feel. But then when it comes to editing, you still have the more editable footage. You can clearly see the color difference. This looks very grayish. The colors are just very dull, but you can always add them in afterwards, while here the colors are already there. Am I too technical for you guys? Tell me in the chat.
자, 가보겠습니다.
Nice. Yeah! When the director smiles and says cut, you know it's always going to be good.
베스트 파트야 이거.
Makes me happy as well.
자, 단체 가겠습니다. 자,
I really like this song a lot, to be honest. It's so sexy. Oh, there comes ATEEZ.
안녕하세요.
You still have to remember, like I said at the beginning of this video, ATEEZ is only 2 years in the industry since this video, you know, when it was made. Now it's 4 years, but I love that idea that they're bringing in young people into a more professional climate with more professional people. This is how you grow people. You should not just stay professional and not share your knowledge with others. It doesn't do shit for anyone. Happy for all of them that they're doing it. I'm happy that Shindong went within it as well. Great.
와, 우리는 슈퍼주니
어요.
We are Super Juniors.
선물을 짜줬어.
아유.
That's kind of cool. They made their own choreography for this. Awesome. And they actually have a choreographer there as well. You know how expensive all of this costs? Like, you know, a lot of people even misjudge how many people it takes to make an MV, to make something happen. I mean, you have ATEEZ, there are 8 people. They have a choreographer, there's 9 people. Then you have Shindong and all the other people that are there. We're talking about at least a group of 20 people on set. And then we don't even include the people that are on the outside of it. You know, the editors, the whatever else is included. Holy crap. Beautiful. That's all I can say. Appreciate it all, guys. Just take it in. Like, when you look at an MV, enjoy it. Make the most out of it, because it's not just something that is squeezed out of a lemon bar, you know? It's really just something that takes time, at least we hope so, and done with love, as we can see in this video. ATEEZ are just amazing, by the way, when it comes to choreography. Love them.
2절 후렴.
They must be so happy, though, to be on the set. Like, for them, it must be a massive honor.
들렁 와서 그 파트 대충 다 같이.
아, 네, 알겠습니다.
자,
But I'm actually happy as well that I'm watching this video, because now I can actually see who is who. Love it.
가볼게요.
I didn't even see ATEEZ at the beginning, but now I understand where they are. Nice.
컷.
와, 저 멋있습니다. 아, 감사합니다.
더 빠른 박자에 천천히 들어.
아, 네. 좀더 늦게 출발할까요?
좀춤 바로 직전까지 그 자리에 와서 빵 시작해.
아, 알겠습니다. 해보겠습니다.
신동 선배 찍으시니까.
You can also see that Shindong is not only a filmer. Is he actually he's actually filming here. Yes, he actually wants to take control. But we know that Shindong is also a dancer. He knows a little bit more about how to capture some snappy movements. It's all about learning. Again, sharing that experience. You need to just love it for what it is.
자, 갈게요.
Cool. Really love it.
자, 가시죠.
No way! Hold up. This is so cool. So, what I love about this particular scene, you guys are just going to be like, man, dude, what's wrong if you know? So, Shindong is filming here, okay? And the gimbal actually has a button that you can connect. Basically, you can connect your gimbal, the thing that he's having the camera mounted on, you can pull a cable to it so that you can press record and stop recording on the gimbal, you know, to simplify everything when you are on set. But when you look at this, it seems like whatever happened, either it didn't work, but then he still presses on the top of the button, on top of the camera to stop filming. Love it. Like, it's something that I also have. Like, normally these things should just work, but just love it. I love seeing these behind the scenes. They only get better. Like I say, with Super Junior, you tend to just get real good insights. Like, this is a really good video for me to use as a reference when it comes to, we need to do things like that, guys. Like, if we don't, it's going to be shit. Love it.
우리 네 분도 신나게.
So this is also really cool. You can see this guy standing on a hoverboard. I need to still buy one because I think you can get some really cool shots like this. It's very just smoothing out everything.
그리고 좀
You can see it in action most likely. I hope so at least. But I really need to get one, especially because I have a gimbal, I have the camera, I have all the pro gear. I just need to still make it a little bit more accessible.
좀 잘생긴 동생들이 있으니까 이게 좀 있어
역시나
보인다.
좀
뭐라고 얘 지금
정말 기뻐요. 정말 다
Maybe I'm just gonna buy a hoverboard as well. I think I'm just gonna do it next month. I spent way too much money, I think, this month on equipment. I mean, I bought a new drone, bought a new lens. Like, it was really expensive, you know. We're talking easily 4 digits. A lot of 4 digits. Spent within a couple of days, just because you need it. You need to keep expanding your inventory as well. Oh, there we go. Look how cool it is. Only like this you can get shots like this. He's going to have a pain in his back, though, if he keeps doing this at the end of the day, which is true. I also get it a lot, but it's just a must. Oh, man. So cool. Look at the shots that they're getting, though. Really nice.
오 지린다. 오 정말
I think Bibi was really just mesmerized how cool that was, and she was like, holy crap, that's cooler than what I thought.
한 명씩 돌아가면서 나와서 프리스타일이야.
프리스타일로 조져줘.
Also really nice. A little bit of freestyle. It just shows a little bit of characteristics. I thought this was planned, but now that I know that it's freestyle, it's nice. It really is just about filling up those last seconds, you know, to show a little bit of coolness at the end, because you went through so much crap, a lot of details, a lot of hours, and now let everyone have a little bit of fun, you know, to the music. Nice. Man, Bibi's voice is so... God damn it. Man, I feel the music, you know, I feel their fun. Just because I know it myself. We already tried this, but if you do it, most likely they did it through a lot of... they put this through a lot of filters, but if I do it... It sounds a bit weird. But the idea is just that it's still cool that they try to incorporate it, you know?
아 너무 멋있어 이거. 메인 파트야. 그건 뭐야? 여기 이걸로 가리고 있다가.
줄이면 해도 돼. 얼굴 타이트라서.
My mic is just giving up, I think. Stop it.
음악!
Oh, that was it. I actually noticed this as well in the shot. I thought it was 2 different shots and then they masked it out and then he's there, but it's just literally a flag. I love it. It's fantastic. And then they pull it up. Look at it. That looks so cool, no? Oh, cha. No idea what they're saying, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful behind the scenes. Like, this really just puts a smile on my face. You know what the sad thing is about this entire production? It really just puts a shame to all those productions that use like thousands of people, you know? I want to say that from my personal point of view, that this video is just great. It really has those standards of like what we see with Super Junior. Or why does my mic keep dropping? One sec. I think it's because I have all these hats on my mic. There we go. But the idea is just that it is great to see all of these details in an MV. They make it look good. It looks unified. Beautiful. What else can I say about it? It's just fan-bloody-tastic. And that is all that I want to say, you know, that sometimes less is more. And here it's not about less in the sense of the production quality is less. It's just that they took a humble approach rather than a professional approach. This is a lot more time consuming, of course, because you have lesser amount of people. Most likely this is done on a tighter budget, but the production is just spot on. And I think a lot of people should have learned from an MV like this. Personally, I would say that I think ATEEZ is one of the groups, and because ATEEZ is in this, that this is the reason why their MVs are always just spot on. Like, it's about those small details that you just do not see in a lot of other MVs. And I don't know what that is. I really just cannot say what the reasoning is for why some MVs just look overproduced and they don't feel harmonized to the group. While with this, it just feels like everyone was having a good time. Like the concept, the song, the energy, it is so well blended and it fuses so beautifully together. And guys, now my question is to you. What do you actually think of the making of? I think a lot of you guys told me about watching it. Now you've seen my reaction to it. Again, this is completely unedited. Just pretend I am live. I'm in the chat though. And my nose is itchy as anything because of the pollen allergy that is slowly going away, but it's still there. But the point is just that, man, I'm happy that you guys are there, you know, suggesting these really cool videos to me, because for me, this is just amazing. This is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to be like, what did they use to get this shot? How did they get the shot? They use a hoverboard. They use a whiteboard, God damn it. I can't think of the word anymore. I have one here that is green. Can you guys see it in the mirror? Where am I? I'm standing in front of, you see, oh. You see that thing over there? Like the green thing? You see, I also have one, but for green. But I never thought that you can key out white. But why shouldn't you be able to key out a white? God damn it. I don't know the word for it anymore. But I have one as well. I should get a white one as well. I think a bounce card is also something I should get in my inventory, because it just helps a lot with productions. And when you have it, it just makes life a little bit easier, because there's nothing worse than getting out of a shot when you're filming. And then you're like, man, only I wish that I had this when filming. It's a terrible feeling, because once it's over, it's most likely over, and in most cases it actually is. But yeah, guys, that has been my analysis on this super long titled MV. I don't know what the name is up to today. Please leave it in the chat. But I hope you did enjoy. Of course, if you did, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribed. And thank you very much for sticking around on this half live video. Sorry that I couldn't do it live. I just don't want this video to be taken out, but I did really enjoy it, and you guys just make it much better. So I'll see you on the next video, and stay safe, guys. It has been a good 45 minutes. I love it all. I love you guys all. Stay safe, stay healthy. You guys are really awesome, and I hope you guys can learn a little bit of it as well, you know, getting a little bit more of a deeper insight when watching it with me. But I'll catch you on the next video. And guys, don't forget, I'm going to be live on Twitch tonight. Information is down in the information below. Make sure to go there, because we're going to do a game. We're going to do the K-pop game, aka just guessing what song I'm playing. I think it will be really cool to just do this. Last time we did it as well. We had around 10 people that joined in. It was really fun. Hope that you guys can join in as well. Okay, I'm enough of all of this. I'm not enough of it. I'm not enough of it. I'm just sick of talking. I think you guys are as well. But I'll catch you on the next video. Guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I love you all.